Hey guys, Asap here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 20. Today we're going to be looking at character arrays. Character arrays are commonly known from C. In C you didn't actually have strings, so you had to make strings out of character arrays. Now to make a successful character array, you have to have a null terminating character, which it looks like this. It's a backward slash and a 0 at the end of the string. Okay, so what I'm actually doing here is I'm declaring this this array of characters, and I'm assigning all the values inside here a null terminating character. And so when we come to write over it, only the how do I explain this? Only if there are 10 characters in this array, if we type 5 letters, we will have 5 letters and 5 null terminating characters. So the letters just overwrite the null terminating characters, but we have to have that null terminating character at the end, otherwise it's not going to work as a C-style string. These are called C-style strings, by the way, because that's how they made strings in C, so they're C-style strings. And you can see I've written null terminator required in C-style strings. Let's have a go at trying this out. I'm going to show you some of the errors this brings up, but for now, let's just give it a go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try typing hello to see if it works. Okay, so it seems like that worked. Let's try typing hello world. Okay, now the program ended. Actually, before I talk about that one, I just want to cover one before. If I type hello like that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters, so that should still work. But it ends, and I'll talk about that now. Basically, when we use std_sin like this, it will not work if we try and write more than one word. Basically, if we have a space in whatever we input, so like this, there's a space there. Oh, that works. Sorry, but if we have a space and then another character, it won't work, because basically with std_sin it stops looking for characters after a space or a new line, whichever comes first, basically. So if you put a space in there, it's going to stop looking for characters. But if you also put in a character after the space, that will crash the program, because it just doesn't work like that. Also, if you type in more characters than our string allows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, this is one more than we're allowed, it will end the program, because we're not allowed to have more than 10 characters. Also, let me just test this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, theoretically that shouldn't work because it's overwriting the null terminating character. Oh, and there we go. I think that's probably. See, we get a little Visual C++ runtime failure. It says the stack around my string was corrupted. I'm pretty sure that means something wrong with the null terminating character. Just close that. When it does this, it bugs up, so you just gotta wait a couple of seconds before it closes. There we go. So, how do we fix these two problems, basically, is what we need to ask. Well, we simply use the function std_sin.get, okay? And what this does, this function takes a couple of arguments. It takes, by the way, these are arguments. Don't worry, when we cover functions, we'll talk more about arguments. So yeah, don't worry about that for now. All you need to know is that you write std_sin.get, you put 2 parentheses, and then inside that you have 2 things. separated by a comma, okay? The first thing you need to write is the variable name of the character array you want to write to. So in this case I've written my string because I want this to write to the character array my string. And then the second variable should be a number, or a variable to which holds a number, like an integer variable or something. And that number is the max number of characters we want to look for, okay? So let's give this a go then, shall we? This also stops, so we know it stops the problem of going past the number of characters we're allowed, but does it stop the problem of having a space and then more characters? Yes, it does, there you can see as an example. Let's try a couple of other things. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that will end the program because we've written more than 9 characters. Okay, so that will screw it up. Now, just so you know, we can't do it now because we haven't covered it yet. But later in the tutorials, we'll find out how we can prevent the program from ending and how we can just do something other than that. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. So basically, what sin.get does is it allows us to put a limit on the number of characters we can enter, and it also allows us to have spaces. Yeah, I think so. I think also, one sec, let me check. You can change the yeah, you can change the character which ends, which stops the function looking for input. So basically, if we have this, let's just go ahead and give this a try. Yeah, there we go. If we put a third argument in there, remember to put that comma though, we can choose what character makes sin.get stop looking for stop copying characters. So if we have F, for instance, if we type df, it will end the program because F shouldn't be in there. But if we just take that away, type df now, it works because by default the character that stops makes sin.get stop looking for input is a carriage return. Okay, enough of that now. We're just going to start looking at some basic string C-style string functions. Okay, uncomment this. Okay, one of the problems we often find we come across is when we have a string which contains a character array which contains a string, and we want to copy that string into another character array. We can't actually do it like this, where I'm declaring a new string. Let me just uncomment this because we might need it. So basically what this does is we're declaring a new character array, and we're trying to assign to it my string. This doesn't work, okay? Basically, it doesn't work, so let's just comment that over. So how do we copy the value inside an array, a character array, into another character array? Well, we just use the string copy function, strcpy. Now this takes 2 arguments as well. The first argument it takes is the character array you want to copy into, okay? And the second argument is the character array you want to copy from. So what this will actually do is it will copy into the character array new string the value inside my string. So let's give this a go. I'll just type df space d, and we can see it outputs it twice because the first time it outputs after input, and the second time it outputs new string, which is the thing we copied. Now there's one problem with this. If we have a go, actually sorry, let's I'm just going to lower the size of this character array down to 5. Now what happens if our first character array can hold 10 elements, 10 characters, but our second character array can only hold 5? 1, 2, 3,